because we all came from Adam. Isn't that what we say? But a lot of times people think Adam is physical. Physical Adam. Well, if that's the case, then if you saw a dust man, that would be Adam, right? The Quran and the Revelation is not talking about a physical body. Human beings have been here for a long time. A long time. So when God said He create Adam from the dust of the earth, then a lot of times people can walk around and say, I'm better than you. I'm more superior than you. Well, who is your father? You say Adam, right? Well, if Adam is your father, then who is his father? Who is his father?
The creation at dust.
You know, I mentioned that and somebody responded to it. And we know that the person didn't read Surah Ikhlas. What does Ikhlas say? Allah does not father anybody, nor is He father, right? So who is your daddy, as Imam W. Mohammed said? It is dust. Isn't that where we came from? Dust. Allahu Akbar. And that dust represents the original nature. So then, if a person that's saying that he's superior to you or better than you, how can he be better than you? Then he ain't nothing but dust. Allahu Akbar. Now, Prophet Muhammad, he is the most excellent example for us. It says in the Holy Quran, Uswatun Hasanah, that he is the most excellent pattern. The most excellent pattern. He's a most excellent example for us. So Prophet Muhammad is a mortal human being just like us, that we now have an opportunity to measure up to somebody. And Prophet Muhammad, if we look at his history, and we saw that even before, he received the revelation, but in his environment, in Arabia, he was in a pagan environment. But you know that there were Jews there, there were Christians there was other religious people. So a lot of times people, they say, well, Prophet Muhammad was just sent to the Muslim. That is not correct. Who was Prophet Muhammad sent to? He was sent to all humanity, right? He is a mercy to all the world. How do we know he was sent to all humanity? When he first received the revelation, he was sent to the Christians, the Jews, and the pagans. He was sent to all of them. Why? Because the word Muslim was revealed in the Holy Quran. And so until that word was revealed, that we were all Muslim, then the people that he was communicating to, he was teaching to, was all humanity. So Prophet Muhammad, he's the best example for all humanity. Best example for all humanity. Now, you know, I'm going to move off a little bit and come back. We know that almost 99% of the world was colonialized. Colonialized. Well, who was the colonialists? There were the French, there were the British, there were the Danes, there were the Portuguese, the Spanish, and a few more out there, right? Almost all of them colonialized the whole world. So that meant they ran South America, they ran Africa, they ran China, they ran if I didn't say Africa, many countries. They ran them, and when they controlled, they had their armies there, right? And when they controlled, didn't they dictate what went on in those societies? The leadership was chosen by them. The government was chosen by them. The books that you read, you had to make sure you had their approval. The way that you taught your religion, if it didn't agree with what they said, you could not teach your religion. So they had their hands in every aspect of the people that was under them. Allahu Akbar. So, the reason I went to that direction, then, think about when the colonials came into those countries, especially like in Africa. They had that high technology, wherever it was back to that time. And they taught the people in Africa, and when they taught them, what did they give them? Theories. That's all they gave them was theories. Now, theories means, you have a theory to do this, a theory to do that, but they did not give them any practical knowledge, being able to apply the theory. So it's just like somebody give you a book on nuclear physics. You read the book of nuclear physics, and you read it, and you can quote it. Does that make you a nuclear physicist? You have to take what's in that book and be able to apply it. Somebody has to train you and point things out to you and so forth. So now, after you've been trained and you had hands-on, as it says, then now you become a nuclear physicist. So all the Africans had was a bunch of theories. So when the colonialists left out of those countries, what did they have in order to run their country? Nothing but theories. To run their government, nothing but theories. To run their school, what do they have? Nothing but theories. We can reflect, because when we were born in America, and then when we came out of slavery, then we started going to school and so forth. What did they give us? Theories, right? A whole bunch of theories. Did they give us any hands-on? No hands-on. So when they brought us out of slavery, they brought us out of slavery. I remember in the time the Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave an example. I used it in a lecture. It was just like you take a horse and you wear him out. You worked him all day and all night, just wore him out. And then you lead him to a desert and say, "You're free." Didn't they do that to us? And when that horse looked out at that desert and look where he had food, he had water. What do you think that horse did?
He went back to where he came.
He went back, right? So they did the same thing to us. They said we could go free. But then we've seen the situation that people, they went back to work and they started plowing and stuff like that. They had examples of ex-slaves pushing the plow and had a book in one hand and studying. Why? He saw the value of education. And so they gave us theories. I remember when I had to work a whole lot when I was in high school. I worked long hours. Because my dad told me I had to work. I had to pay for my rent, and I had to pay for my food and so forth, and they taught me something. So my grades wasn't that high. I used to have a whole lot of books, walk around, with books in school. Man, they say, "Man, you're a genius." I had all types of books, genius. I carried a whole pile of books with me to school and a whole pile at home. Then I dropped them on the couch, and I went to work. And I remember when I went to a community college, and I had about a 1.9. And the guy in community college, white guy, he said, looked at my grades, he said, "Do you deserve to be here?" Wait a minute, this is community college. Community college. I mean, community college is great. I mean, but if my grades were 3.5 or something like that, I would go to Michigan State or whatever it was. So I was, but the point is that they would tell us when we went to school, don't get into chemistry, don't get into mathematics, don't get into the sciences, don't get into electronics and so forth like that. You need to go sing a song, go to a music class. You need to be a painter. Oh, an artist, man, you make a great artist. Now, art is great. But they had us do everything else except go into the high sciences. They wanted us to be singers and so forth like that. And so we saw that they gave us nothing but theories. And so you understand, whenever we are in a situation and we have to go ahead and try to fend for ourselves and produce for ourselves, and then we have difficulty and we fail, they said, "I told you they couldn't take care of themselves. I told you they couldn't handle themselves. That's all they is. Nothing but a bunch of niggas and color folks and nothing but ex-slaves. They can't fend for themselves." Now, look at the leadership that we have now in this day and time. We got some great groups. The Urban League. You got the NAACP. Great group. They're very good. But look at how what they do. They get money from poor people. They get money from wealthy people, middle class people. They get money, all types of donations. But what do? What they do, they collect statistics. They collect data. They collect all these statistics and data. And so when they come before you and say, wow, 1 million young women, they had a child out of wedlock. And then they said that 50% of the African Americans is unemployed. So they dazzle you with all those statistics, and you say, man, he is heavy. But what are they giving you? Nothing but statistics. Imam Muhammad said he don't go into that. Here they dazzle you with all these statistics, and you saying that they're heavy. They give you statistics talking about all the problems that you have, but they don't give you solutions to the problem. Statistics is important. It's a resource. If you want to see how many people died of wedlock, so you can that had children, and you want to work on that solution, you go to the resource, right? But don't let the resource be the main thing, and that's all they give you. Because what happens? They give you a whole bunch of statistics. You're not going to solve the problem. Allahu Akbar. Now, we can relate and we can understand. Now, we're some tough people. We came through the Nation of Islam. Most of us came through the Nation of Islam, right? We were heavy. We were tough. I mean, we came up to people and they said, how fast does light travel? What's the circumference of the earth?
Yeah, right.
How far is the moon away?
Yeah.
And we get up there and rattle it all off, man. And we were sharp. And somebody didn't know, said, man, you are smart. Man, you are heavy. And we were so set in our ways that and we knew how powerful it was. We get up there. We don't care if a person came up and said, well, you might be off a little bit. Or maybe you should add a little bit more to it. We get up there and said, no, this is it. You know, we give all the statistics. And didn't they think we were heavy?
Yeah.
Didn't they think it was heavy?
Yeah.
And then there's people who might have been scientists and they heard, they want to give you a little of their advice. You didn't hear a word they had to say. You still was going to be heavy. You knew you were smart. Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
So, you need more than statistics, right? We need knowledge. We need knowledge. Allahu Akbar. So, there's a saying in science that people are a product of the environment, but also it says that the environment to a certain degree is a product of the human being.